Hey, Coach, congrats on the win. Just can you take us through the decision? I know you guys sent out something via email, but just the decision to not play in a bowl game this year and how tough that decision was for the program to make.
Oh, it's tough, but but here again, it's always when we make decisions, we make them thinking of the student athletes that are involved in this. And we just felt like what this team has gone through and our student athletes have gone through, we'll settle it off like this. We didn't accomplish what we'd like to this year. The key going into this game for us was we didn't want to have a losing season. We got to 2-2, and we feel like at this point we're going to give our athletes a rest.
Christian.
Yeah, Coach, you and AP on Wednesday, signing day, were talking about bringing in the hog mollies and really developing the lines of scrimmage, but you've had such year-over-year improvement from last year to this year. How do you sort of see the lines of scrimmage building out as you move into next year?
Well, you know, as I've always said, your foundation is built, especially on offense, with the guys up front, and we really made an emphasis in this year's class of bringing some new lifeblood there, some young guys to build that position so it could sustain itself for the next 3 or 4 years. With that being said, I thought the offensive line, Dave Christian did a fabulous job with bringing those guys together. You know, it's a shame that we only have 4 games, but you could see them gelling the last couple of weeks, and that's a good thing to see.
Michael.
Yeah, Coach, to kind of piggyback off that as well, I mean, I know it's like you said, it's 4 games, but from where you started with USC, I mean, how the defense kind of got going and then the offense taking steps, what's your overall thoughts, though, of just the improvement and the development of the whole team this season?
Well, it's you generally, after week 3 in the season, you generally kind of find out who you are. It took us about after SC game, UCLA, and then we kind of started getting our sea legs. In the last 2 games, we've been more consistent on offense with points. I said if you could score 36 points, 34 points a game offensively, you got a chance to be in a lot of ball games and win a lot of football games. And so if you look at the scores the last 2 weeks, we're starting to score points. Now we're not getting a lot of our passing game the last 2 weeks, but here again, when you rush for that many yards, you're not going to throw a lot of passes. And the conditions tonight were very difficult for both teams. They ran it well, too. And so I just think both teams had the mindset of run the football, and we were able to do that. And got enough turnovers to give us some short fields, similar to last week, where we could put points on the board.
Michelle.
Coach, when you look back from week 1 to now, are you pleased with how far your team came?
I'm happy, and I'm proud of the players for all they had to go through this season, as well as our coaching staff. This has been the hardest for me in my whole life, as an athlete, playing football, as a coach, at every level. This has been very, very tough for everyone involved. And I say that for all college coaches and all college student athletes that had to go through what we had to go through to try to play football. And it's a credit to these young people, their resolve, their ability to do something that's very, very difficult. And we only got through 4 games. We didn't have a way to get through the 7 games like some other teams did, due to the fact that the virus and some other things happened as well. But I'm proud of them. I told them that I was proud to be their coach.
Adam.
Hey, Coach. So Jaden really made a jump in year 2 when it came to his ability to run the ball. And it seems like that goes hand in hand with your success. And it's not being a great example of that. But what have you seen in his development as a runner?
Well, he's always had the skill set of running. He just doesn't, most people don't think he can run. But once you see him getting the open, he's very elusive. He has good eyes. He knows when to get down to run. But I think next year, hopefully, as this offense develops and the defense develops, Jaden, he's a guy that he has talented arm. He has arm talent, and I think the more He familiarizes himself with his wide receivers. We can do some more in the passing game, and we're going to need to do some more in the passing game. So I think that's something that we're looking forward to when we start back up.
Vote.
Herm, I know you have the next man up mentality, but without Butler, without Matus, was it really hard against a very potent Oregon State run offense?
Yeah, they got us though. They got us early. They did some things, and we got out of our gap responsibilities. And this is a hard offense. This is a team that every year we play them, I go, we're gonna have our hands full with these guys because they do a nice job of personnel-ing you. They do a nice job of shifts in motion, similar to our offense, right? And get some bad eyes, and all of a sudden you're in the wrong gap. And we had to do some things at halftime to try to figure it out, to get some guys going in the right direction. But to our credit, we got some turnovers, which is always good on defense. That gets you off the field. We gave the offense a short field. They capitalized on those. And then we settled down for a little bit. I thought the midway through third quarter, we kind of settled down. But this offense is a headache. And every year we play them, it's a headache.
A few more questions. Mac.
Hey, Coach, I just want to get your thoughts on the development of your running back room, and then how excited are you to have all those guys back for 2021?
Well, very. We didn't anticipate they would put up the numbers they put up, and that's a credit to their offensive line. It's a credit to their ability to run as well, and really play together. When you have three running backs, that could be a tough room with egos, and they don't have egos. They all believe in themselves. They all kind of, vote for each other, pull for each other. I told Chip and Rashad the story of, when Marcus Allen was he was with the Raiders, and they had Bo Jackson, right? And I said, there's two really good runners, and they had to figure it out. And they made each other go, and I took them all the way back, to Gale Sayers and Brian Piccolo. They didn't know who those guys were, so I had to kind of move it forward and talk about those guys. And I just said, you guys got to learn how to play together, and don't worry about, you push each other. That's what good runners do. And that whole room has done a nice job. And Sean Iguano has done a tremendous job. I'm glad he's a part of the staff. I can't say enough about Sean as well.
Cam.
Coach, I got two for you here. What'd you make of Jaden's stiff arm when he was running the ball? And then second, how bad do you're an early riser. How bad do you just need to rest after this year?
Well, the Jaden stiff arm, he fools me when he runs. When he starts running, I said, they're going to tackle him. And then all of a sudden he keeps going. I keep looking up, and he's still running, and then he always comes to me when he's on the bench. He said, you didn't think I could do that, did you? I said, stop showing off, because he knows in the back of his, when he starts running, I'm hollering, get out. He just kept going. So good for him. That's one he got on me today. But I need rest. Yeah. I'm tired.
Christian.
I'm bone tired.
Yeah, Coach, Dave Fleming and Rod Gilmore were sort of talking about on the broadcast how attractive you would be to transfers with what you bring back. What do you sort of see as maybe some holes you can fill or positions you can bolster depth heading into 2021?
Now you say transfers, you're talking about our transfers or some guys that'll be grad transfers?
Guys you could bring in potentially.
Oh, yeah.
With
Well,
the
I'm not going to mention all that. I'm not going to give you any secrets. But we have some aces in our hand. We have some cards to play. And it'll be fun. Hopefully spring will come out and you guys can come to practice and you kind of take a look who shows up.